Hello and happy Friday, everyone. Welcome. I am Meredith. I am here with our message for the 8th of August, 2025. Happy Lionsgate, everyone. Check that out for yourself on YouTube. Learn all about what it has to offer you. We're using the Ocean Tarot for our message today, and we have the Sun in Leo. The Moon is in Aquarius. We have our collection of retrogrades. Pluto, Neptune, Saturn, Mercury, Chiron, all influencing the now. How's that going for you folks? How is your retrograde season? What's happening? According to Tarot, we're tuning into the energy atmosphere, and what does it have to say to us today? And our first card is very nice, the Magician. Ooh, nice. We're engaging our magic. What are we doing with our magic? What is this connected to here? Then we have the Nine of Swords. Interesting. And the Devil. Well, there's three heavy hitters right off the bat in the reading. However, what I'm feeling right now as I look at these, our greatest challenges have become our greatest magic. We're making something of that. And we've been talking about this for many days, haven't we? We've seen a lot of the tougher cards in tarot come out of the deck lately. And that's wonderful, because this is what the retrogrades are turning over for us. And we're getting a good look at what lies beneath the surface for us. So let's see where these three cards take us, because Nine of Swords is a super anxiety card, and that's the one that keeps you awake in the middle of the night. This is the ego thought train that just runs circles in the brain. I call them vulture thoughts. And then we have the Devil, which is all about ego and seeing our behaviors that are potentially less than favorable to the grand vision that we have for our life experience. So we're taking a look at our anxieties. We're taking a look at our habits. And this isn't news to any one of us, though it's all paired up here with the Magician. And the Magician is going to really redirect us back to our pure raw love, which overcomes, heals, and lets go of all of these other things that, well, lie right beneath the surface that the retrogrades have turned over for us so that we can see them. They're in the light of day now. And what are we doing with this? How are we navigating this? Next, we have the Hermit. Excellent. A beckoning quest. This is a quest, isn't it? To identify and to take self-responsibility and do the soulful presence, spiritual journey work with this energy to really neutralize it for ourselves and have some gratitude for ultimately our strength. Real gratitude for our strength. That's a quest for sure. And then we have the Nine of Wands. Excellent. This card just loves us lately. Don't give up. 5 minutes before the miracle happens is really the message on this card for me. And when the Nine of Swords, Devil cards surface for us, oftentimes we like to retreat. We like to look away from a truth that feels uncomfortable for us. And I feel we're in a great atmosphere to look right at it and do something about it. And I'm reminded of the image of a mouse, a little teeny tiny mouse casting a huge shadow. And that's what the ego can do. So this is why we don't want to look at it. It seems kind of frightening to us, or has. And now it isn't, because our quest is simply to bring all of our fortitude, endurance, and strength to anything that could be potentially limiting us. And this card comes with the Knight of Wands. So now we're taking action. Excellent. So we may have had to dig deep for our own resilience as we've taken a peek at some things that can't go with us to the next phase of the journey. And we're going to let all that stuff go. I'm excited about that. So we're in momentum with the Knight of Wands carrying the Ace of Wands. So we've got our fire, our creativity, and our passion well in hand. And we know that we can go the distance with whatever challenge is in front of us. We've got all the love we could require for that, right? The love for our quest. Perfect. Next we have, beautiful, the Ten of Cups. And that's what it's all about. We can't take this Nine of Swords devil energy with us into the Ten of Cups. This is part of the next phase. We're already in a Ten of Cups for ourselves. Look how many times we've seen this card and the Ten of Pentacles, the Nine of Cups, the Ace of Cups, and all the other wonderful cards like it. We have all of that backing us, and we're adding to our Ten of Cups foundation with more Ten of Cups style energy. This is love, bliss, joy, happiness, overflowing in our lives to the power of 10. That's huge. And whatever's over here on the Nine of Swords doesn't stand a chance in this energy. So don't run from this. Run toward it. Embrace it. Love the heck out of it. And free yourself from some old, outdated thinking, feeling, being, and doing. Ooh, true liberation, folks. And then we have, yeah, perfect, the Chariot, dynamically moving forward. And we may have a multitude of doors open to us. Does not matter which one you choose, because it's already a gateway into more of the Ten of Cups type of energy. So number 7 out of the major arcana here, heaven touches earth within the Chariot as well. This is the child of the Emperor, the Empress. And we are without hesitation on our path because we're liberating ourselves from some old, murky energy that just can't be in the next phase. Awesome. Good job, folks. Keep going. Bottom of the deck, we have the Hierophant, the High Priest. So we're taking a look at tradition. We're taking a look at our own education, our life education, and I really do not mean scholastically. I'm speaking about life experience here. So we're going to take a look at some of the traditional things we say and do. We're probably giving a good listen to our inner dialogue to ascertain whether or not it is in keeping with a love, bliss, joy, happiness style attitude. And this is number 5 out of the major arcana. All 5s are about change. So we're willing to make change, which is excellent when you have the Nine of Swords and the Devil together on the table. The greatest blessing is that the Magician is there, kind of an alchemist, almost like the Temperance card. How do you make magic out of some of your greatest challenges? And I know every single one of us can look back at a life experience that really, at the time, felt like a huge pause button or a setback of some kind. And we learned from that just how resilient we are. And resilience means flexibility. Flexibility is necessary to growth. Being stuck in an inflexible mindset or attitude will not bring us into this realm over here in the Ten of Cups. So if we've held on to something stubbornly even, we have to address that in self-relationship. Take some responsibility for it and liberate ourselves. No one's holding us there but us. Next, we have Justice. Excellent. Harmony. Wow, lots of major arcana here. I like it. The Magician, the Hermit, the Chariot, the Hierophant, Justice. We're harmonizing our energy. We're balancing our scales. Is your heart as light as a feather? If you put a heart on one side and a feather on the other, does the scale tip at all? Check that for yourself. And if it does, see which way it's leaning. Okay, next we have, oh my gosh, look at this. Look, Temperance. I just mentioned it in terms of the Magician, and here it is. Archangel Michael energy heavily on this card. I'm giving myself chills. And yeah, yet another major arcana. There's the Divine Alchemist right there. We are Temperance. And it's so cool to have it there with Justice, because, you know, in Temperance, we're working with divine alchemy, and we're engaging divine alchemy. We're harmonizing ourselves within divine alchemy. And this card is indicative of the universe meeting us right there. It meets us always, yet this is a point of great creation for ourselves. And what are we creating? Dynamically creating more of a Ten of Cups style foundation for our lives. Next we have the Star. More major arcana for us. Keep the faith. Faith is so powerful, especially when you see the Nine of Wands on the table, because, you know, we think we've squeezed all of our strength, fortitude, and endurance out of ourselves. And the Star says, no, you haven't. Keep the faith. There's more to come. And there's more for you to lean into in that realm. Next we have all major arcana off the bottom of the deck so far. That's incredible. And now the Strength card. And what a great card to have on the Lion's Gate. So the courage to be vulnerable, and it's going to take the strength of our courage and our vulnerability to take a look in the mirror and see ourselves in the Nine of Swords and the Devil. And I'm not saying to force ourselves there, right? No, I'm not. I'm simply saying it takes great personal character in self-relationship to look without judgment at the Devil and the Nine of Swords in our own behavior, in the way we are with ourselves. There are times, and I know you all know this, we treat others better than we treat our own selves. And I feel that that's what these cards are getting at. It has to be better than that, way better than that. And we've all experienced way less than that many times over. We've shortchanged ourselves time and again, and these cards are letting us know this can't be. How do you set yourself free? By putting yourself at the bottom of a list, and whatever list that might be. And the Nine of Swords and the Devil will show that to us. And then we have the love, the magic of pure, raw, authentic love, divine love, to leverage on all of this. And again, I say it doesn't stand a chance. On the face of all this, what else is on the bottom of the deck? The Four of Cups. An unseen blessing coming our way. Beautiful. Then we have the Wheel of Fortune, meeting our divine destiny. The divine delivery system is bringing something. And then we have, goodness, look at all that major arcana. There's the Emperor at the very end. I know this is extra, yet it's important. You have Temperance and you have the Wheel of Fortune in the same reading. You have an unseen blessing coming in, and then you have the Emperor here, our divine masculine, the King of Kings in tarot, and the father of tarot. The know-it-all is his nickname because he's experienced it all. So tune into your life experience. Leverage that on your Nine of Swords. Look how small these two cards become in the totality of this reading. These two cards, Nine of Swords and Devil, they're like a blip on the radar. In the face of Strength, the Emperor, Wheel of Fortune, Temperance, the Star, the Chariot, the Hierophant, the Hermit, the Magician. Really, how does this hold up? It doesn't. Excellent work, folks, and congratulations to you for letting this go and liberating yourselves. All right, angel answers. Ask a question of this deck if you have one. Let it confirm the reading or be a fresh message. Get more information, right? You may have been telling yourself an old story, and now that it's so familiar, it may not contain all of the truth. So get more information. Get to the bare bones of it for yourselves. Then we have be assertive. I don't think that's going to be a problem. There's an opportunity here. To let go. Have forgiveness. Ho'oponopono. Sometimes there are things that, you know, when we look through the lens of hindsight, we know there's nothing we can do to change what once was. You can't change the details, but you can forgive the details. So, I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. Say that to yourself in the mirror for every single time you've shortchanged yourself. Giving yourself less than. And break that habit. While you successfully listen to your intuition, it will not mislead you. Final word on the reading from angels and ancestors. How is our soulful presence informing our waking consciousness? We have... Oops, pardon. Getting wild with my shuffle. Stargazer, set your sights higher. Yeah, you did set your sights higher. That's why all of this is here. And it's still showing us the pebble in our shoe that we have all the means to take care of. Let's see, one more card out of this deck. Oh, and it's the drum card again. I think it's the third time this week. Dream and journey. Yeah, that's what's going on over here. And all of these other cards, we're in the journey and we're fulfilling our dream and we've set our sights higher. And then this Nine of Swords Devil card is just a small tether that needs to be snipped. So enjoy that, folks. Have a great Lionsgate. Peace, love, joy, happiness. Namaste.